Hello, and welcome to another edition of Senior Voice. Today's program is presented by the Dolores Eye Center at the Benbrook Medical Center. And now, Senior Voice.
This is Brittany Gilfillan from the Butler County Area Agency on Aging, bringing you the Senior Voice. We're here today with Desiree Simpson from Seniors for Safe Driving. She is the Education Administrator. So let's start by giving a little background on Seniors for Safe Driving and for those listeners that may not know about the program.
Well, of course, but first allow me to say what a pleasure it is to be back on the Senior Voice. I will always jump at the chance to spread the word about this great opportunity for senior citizens in our community. Seniors for Safe Driving is a local, Butler-based company. We've actually been around since 1994. We offer a PennDOT-approved mature driver improvement course. What that means is, for folks 55 years of age and older who participate in the Seniors for Safe Driving mature driver improvement course, they will get a certificate of course completion that they can then present to their auto insurance agent to receive a minimum 5% discount on their auto insurance policy for 3 years.
That sounds like a great service. With the rising price of just about everything these days, I am sure that a lot of people are really looking forward to saving money anywhere that they can.
Yes, saving money is the initial reason folks participate. It's Pennsylvania state law that insurance companies provide this discount to those who qualify. On average, seniors save about $85 a year. Now times that by 3 because this discount is good for 3 years. Another way that Seniors for Safe Driving helps folks save money is that we've proudly kept the cost of our course at just $16. We have not raised the price in over a decade, so there are no hidden fees, no membership fees, and no surprises. Saving money is very important, and like I was saying, saving money is the initial reason folks participate. But in the end, the feedback that we get about how much someone has learned from the course and how much more aware they are on the road and just the confidence you hear in their voice, that's the best part. Our main goal is to keep seniors safe and confident drivers for as long as possible. It's important to understand that as we age, our faculties will diminish, and that happens at different rates for different people. You will eventually have to make some adjustments in your driving, and that's where Seniors for Safe Driving can help.
I bet. You said that people are pleasantly surprised about how much they end up learning at the Seniors for Safe Driving class. Can you tell us some of the things that people would learn?
Well, I'm glad you asked. I would like to introduce to you one of our Seniors for Safe Driving instructors. I brought with me today Mr. Larry Nunemaker. Mr. Nunemaker is a certified instructor and has been with Seniors for Safe Driving since 2011. So who better to go over what is taught in the Seniors for Safe Driving class than the instructor himself? Larry, can you tell the folks about the class and a couple topics that you cover?
Oh, sure. First of all, I'd like to thank you for having us here this morning, today, and thank you so much also, Desiree, for being a great host and our staff also. Thank you so much. But first of all, I like to start out my classes almost every time is I like to thank the veterans for their time and service. I also like to, and also the first responders, but also like the people who come that day to even taking time out of their day, just thanking them because time is always precious. I know that. And so anyhow, along with that, I just like to enjoy my class. I believe that people enjoy my class because of numerous things that I do, because I try to get everyone involved in the class. I like to talk about pets in a car. I see so many people who drive around with pets in their car, and I see pets running around in the back seat or on somebody's people's lap, and it's very, very dangerous, especially when they're on the people's lap. You have an airbag, you're right there at the steering one right in front of you, and it only has 10 inches to operate properly. And if you put a dog in between there, I guess that dog can get hurt or killed injuredly because that airbag is coming out 180 miles an hour. So yeah, it's very dangerous. Or what happens even the animal's in the back seat and you had an automobile accident and it's still out there free and behind the seat and turn around and you get hurt. People want to come help you, but they're reluctant to because you have a dog in the car. And a lot of times, a lot of dogs are very protective of their territory and their owners. So they're afraid they may get bit. So they may even decide to come help you and turn around and they open the door. And once you open the door, they bolt out of the car. And what happens is they jump out of the car and maybe run up down the highway. They can either get hit by a car. I heard one the other day, actually, they got in an automobile accident, turned around, and the dog jumped out of the car, and they got lost. They didn't find it for 10 days. Eventually, the owner did find it. So, yes, it can be very, very, very dangerous for the dog also, because in that accident, that dog also becomes a projectile. Even in the front seat on the passenger side, that airbag on the driver passenger side comes out to 140 mile an hour. And if they're not restrained, guess what? The dog becomes a projectile itself, but also the airbag. And then now you're hitting two projectiles at the same time, and it's very, very dangerous for the dog. Probably kill the dog instantly. And these critters, animals, become our family. Actually, I have one also, because when I introduced myself and my wife and my dog, Casey, because he's in our class also, he demonstrates the hardest how to be seatbelted in. So yes, it is fun, and it becomes fun. And he is family. I can't help. He's like a little kid to me. But even though he's an old man, he's almost 18 years old.
Mm-hmm. That's very interesting. I know that pets are not just pets. They are our family. And what a good way to keep them safe while driving. Larry, are there any laws that people might not realize?
Oh, there's many new laws. I know there's a lot of things have changed since I started driving, and a lot of more signs, more frequent signs that have changed since I started driving. And I ask people a lot of times about what color are different signs, like yielding. What color's yielding, or what color's merging? Most of the time, they give me the wrong answer. It's very important. We need to know what they are and what they mean. Also, it's very important because every time you change your lane, that's when you do the yield or merge. You change your lane, you're required by law to use a turn signal. You are. And next thing I'd like to talk about also is work zones. There's also a new law out there about in work zones. When you go through a work zone, they're starting to post cameras out there. And if you do 11 mile an hour over what the speed limit is, not the speed limit of the highway, what the speed limit is of the work zone, okay, you can be cited for a traffic violation. And again, the policemen don't have to be there. They're going to take a picture of your car, the license plate number, and a date and time, and how fast it was going. And you, as the owner of that vehicle, would get a ticket. Now, your son could be driving, your daughter could be driving. You're still the owner of that vehicle is going to get that ticket. All right. Yes. And I'd like to try to tell you people also treat that work zone, unless it's blacked out, as if it is active, because you never know. Things happen. Bulbs fail. They say the white light flashing, it's active zone. What happens if the bulb blows? What happens if it's just something human error? Somebody forgot to turn the light on or turn the light off. The battery fails. Or it could be a weekend. A lot of people think, well, it's weekend. There ain't nobody working. Well, guess what? There could be. I've seen foremen out there try to get equipment ready for Monday morning because they want things to go right Monday morning because they're on a time schedule. They are. And they really are. They're on a time schedule. So that's one project. And also driving around big trucks. We need trucks, don't we? How most of us get around is by trucks. We bought these nice shiny automobiles we're out there driving around, but how did we get them? They arrived by truck. The Frigidaire we raided at 10 o'clock at night. Guess what? It came by truck. The clothes will be back. It drive by truck. So we need them, right? But also we have to travel around them, and which they are very dangerous. If a truck tire would happen to blow it, that's equivalent to a stick of dynamite. And all these alligators that come out to crawl out of the ditch, no, they don't crawl out of the ditch. And so there's big hunks of rubber come off the tires of the truck. And they're like shrapnel. Mm-hmm. So yes, and that's it can be very, very dangerous and very scary for a lot of senior drivers. They are. Because I hear a lot of complaints about that. How big trucks are they? I hear that all the time. Yes, and it's very, I get lots and lots of different questions about many, many different things. And this is just a small scale of what people ask me and what I have to go over, and a lot of times they come out anywhere and everywhere. I mean, really, but it's interesting. I like to meet people and greet people, and like I said, it's fun. It's fun for me.
Yeah, that's very interesting. And driving in work zones are stressful for drivers of any age. I'm in my 30s, and I all of the construction on 79. I drive through it daily, and I've seen those cameras. And I put a big post-it on my dashboard so I don't forget, because you're mindless when you're driving oftentimes, and you get in the rhythm, and then all of a sudden you're in a work zone and the speed limit changes, and you have to pay attention. So I totally understand that. Thank you for elaborating on that, Larry. That was very helpful. Desiree, it sounds like Larry does a great job for Seniors for Safe Driving as an instructor.
Oh, he certainly does. One of the things that I learned while I was attending one of Larry's classes was in Pennsylvania, you have to turn your headlights on if your windshield wipers are on, even if it's daylight out. And even if you have a car that has the driving lights, which most cars do now, that's not going to be enough. You have to turn your headlights on so that your tail lights come on. And Larry goes over all of that. His classes are packed with great information and tips, and it's just full of fun. He has a whole section of his class that's dedicated to vehicle technology, where he goes over things like ABS, which is anti-lock braking system, airbags, parallel parking. He even has a steering wheel and other props for visual demonstrations.
Who doesn't like props? That's a fun addition to the class. Larry, what other tips for drivers being exposed to technology are there?
Oh man, talking on cell phones. That's another big one also. You know, I see so many people in my excursions and my driving and all the trips I see out there on the highway, and I see so many people driving around, talking on cell phones. And you know, actually it's illegal to have it in your hand, right? But I'm not necessarily even agreeing, even talking through one on the radio. For the simple reason is this. You may get one through the radio, and what happens if you get a call that may be disturbing or upsetting, and it might end up upsetting you? Now, guess what? You're upset, and you are, you're not thinking clearly. So guess what? It could be confuse your results and making your judgment and whatever. So it's really, that's why I don't necessarily agree with what always goes on in everybody's car. Because I get so many complaints about, oh, how you see all these people talking on the cell phones. I said, you know what? You're the only one in your car that you're control of. You cannot control anyone else. You know, I do know in different states they have actually, it's illegal to have one in your hand when you're driving. So they actually made places to pull over on the sides of the road so you can sit there all day long if you want to. But it doesn't matter. But you're not allowed to talk while it's driving, period. And another one I like to talk about, tailgating. Tailgating, this true story. I believe it's maybe about 8 months ago. When passing, when are you supposed to pull back in when you're passing someone?
When you see their headlights in your rearview mirror.
Both of your headlights in the rearview mirror. Both of your headlights in a rearview mirror, right?
Yes.
Well, guess what? This person in this car passed an 18-wheeler. Passed it, come in too close, almost as if they click bumpers. And what happens is our new cars today have this technology of a new automatic braking system, does it not? So do these trucks, a lot of these newer trucks today. So what happened, it actually automatically put on this truck's brakes, and this truck was hauling a coil of steel. And actually, two guys' brakes on, and the binders broke loose, and that coil of steel came through the passenger side of the cab. Nice. Luckily, no one got hurt. But guess what? As even our cars have today, so you have to, when you pass somebody, make sure you have both their headlights in your rearview mirror.
Yeah. Thank you so much for joining me, guys, today. That was a lot of information, from pets to props to tips to technology. So how do people contact you to sign up for a class?
Oh, you're so welcome. It was our pleasure. Folks can actually register 2 ways. Our website, www.seniorsforsafedriving.com. There you can filter by zip code and find the closest class to your area. Or you can call our 800 number, 1-800-559-4880, and register over the phone. We've got 3 locations in Butler. We are at the Butler Township Park Building. We are at the Butler YMCA, and we are at Tanglewood. And those are only our Butler locations. We have over 100 locations in Western Pennsylvania.
And you have some classes coming up, right?
We do. We have classes through the whole year. We have them booked through May, June, and July. And then we have our fall schedule already coming out. You can view that on our website, or you can give us a call and we can go over those dates with you.
Thank you so much. It was so great to have you guys on. And if my husband listens to this, you mentioned tailgating. He's going to sign me up for a class. So again, if you would like to join a class, you can contact Desiree. Their number is 1-800-559-4880. From the Butler County Area Agency on Aging, this is Brittany Gilfillan signing off of the Senior Voice.
Thank you for joining us for another edition of Senior Voice. This program has been presented as a community service by the Dolores Eye Center at the Benbrook Medical Center. Tune in next time for another edition of Senior Voice.